US to be removed from EU safe travel list.
This post received a score of 53,000, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
US citizens can still travel to the EU. They just need to be vaccinated. Meanwhile, EU citizens are barred from entering the US regardless whether they are vaccinated or not.
Meaningful caveat.
The EU has very reasonable quarantine rules though. In France, for example, you do not need to quarantine if you are vaccinated, and in Germany, unless you're from one of the exempt countries, you only need to quarantine until you provide a negative test, which takes 1 to 2 days tops. Source:
In Germany you can be exempt from quarantine if you submit proof of vaccination before arriving from a high-risk area.
This is good to know. I'm leaving next Tuesday for Frankfurt and I've been a bit confused with everything. I plan on getting a PCR test before going, but will cancel my visit if I have to quarantine while being vaccinated.
Having worked for a COVID-related hotline in a neighboring country. That shit changes often. Don't trust Reddit user comments. Go to their government website and call, mail if the information is confusing a week or two in advance. Best way to avoid most of the headache.
Thank you. I've been monitoring the website where I have to register my vaccination to see if anything changes. I have to head over for a slight family emergency and can't afford any sort of extended quarantine, so this news has become a bit stressful.
A lot of people don't seem to be grasping, and to be fair, this article doesn't make it clear. This isn't legally binding for the countries on the bloc, who are still able to make their own rules about this, and it only applies to non-vaccinated US folk. So if you're vaccinated, you're likely to be fine. Still doesn't address the ridiculousness that is the US not allowing in-vaccinated people from the EU or the UK.
This makes it more clear. However, EU countries can restrict travel regardless of vax status and country of origin. Germany has been tightening up its requirements for entry throughout August. These guidelines might therefore be used by EU countries to demand reciprocity, or else we close our borders to non-essential, vaxxed people as well.
Poor North Macedonia also going off of that list.
Sorry for you, sad face. How is the situation over there? I have a friend from Skopje that I haven't talked to in a while.
I'm not from there, but they seem to be handling it quite well actually.
Does this change who is allowed to travel out also, or only who is allowed to travel in?
EU residents are barred from going to the US. US citizens can enter but are subject to show valid vaccination, and/or quarantines before entire.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.